Shantanu. In the Ikshwaku, the most ancient and powerful dynasty, there once ruled a king by the name Mahabharat. He was accorded a very high place in heaven and given the rare privilege of being a member of the divine assembly of Brahma. Once, all the divine rivers, including Ganga, came to Brahma's assembly in the form of goddesses. Mahabharat and Ganga were smitten by each other. Seeing this, Brahma was annoyed. He cursed Mahabharat to be reborn on earth, but also said that Ganga would be his wife and he would be born in the glorious Kuru dynasty. The great and the valorous king Hastin had built Hastinapur, the capital of Kuru dynasty. It was in this dynasty that Mahabharat was born. He was born as Shantanu. In due course of time, his father, King Prateep, crowned him king and retired to the forests. Once, Shantanu was out hunting in the forests along the banks of Ganga. He happened to see a stunningly beautiful woman. When he expressed his desire to marry her, the beautiful damsel put forth a condition. "O king, I shall become your wife only on the condition that you will allow me without any question to do whatever I please. If you breach this condition, I shall forsake you forever." King Shantanu immediately agreed to her condition. They were duly married and had a son in due course of time. Shantanu was extremely happy, but his happiness was short-lived. One midnight, Shantanu was woken from his sleep when he saw his queen carrying the newborn baby towards the river. Shantanu followed her. The queen stood with the baby in her arms on the banks of the gushing river for a while and said, "I am only doing what you desire." Saying this, she hurled the infant right into the water. Seeing this, Shantanu shook with horror and wanted to pounce on his wife, but in the nick of time he remembered her strange condition and stood stupefied. The queen returned as if nothing had happened. The bizarre episode was repeated 7 times, with Shantanu's queen throwing 7 newborn babies into the Ganga. Shantanu's grief and horror only increased, and when his wife was about to throw the 8th child, he could tolerate no longer and stopped her. Upon this, his wife calmly replied, "O king, I am goddess Ganga. I became your wife owing to Brahma's curse and had to relieve these Vasus of their curse. This 8th child of yours shall live long and be renowned throughout humanity. But Lord, you have broken your promise, and I shall now leave you." Saying this, Ganga vanished along with the 8th child. Shantanu was heartbroken. He found his life totally devoid of any joy after Ganga left him, but he continued to rule Hastinapur. Once he ventured into the forest to the very spot where he had first met Ganga and stood there for a while. Shantanu noticed that the river flow kept decreasing. He went in the upward direction of the flow and saw a young, strong lad displaying stupendous skill by showering the arrows and obstructing the river's flow. The boy vanished upon seeing the king. Shantanu was speechless. He called out, "Janhavi, where are you? Who is this illustrious boy, and how did he become so powerful?" Ganga soon appeared before him, holding the boy by hand. She then addressed Shantanu saying, "Lord, this is your 8th son. His name is Devavrat. I have ensured that he has learnt all that a Kshatriya must learn. This boy is well versed in all branches of knowledge, including the Vedas and the Vedangas, all the Shastras and the science of warfare. He shall bring everlasting renown to your dynasty. Do take charge of your great son, O king." Shantanu was overjoyed upon receiving his son and took him to Hastinapur. He entrusted the responsibilities of the kingdom's administration to his son. Devavrat proved himself a worthy leader and came to be loved and respected by the people of Hastinapur.